most people feel that it's either going to come down to Justin Fields or Mac Jones. There are some other permutations that could happen, but these are the two most likely. So let's go with them. I know you like Justin Fields, and I like Justin Fields too, just not as much as you. I like Mac Jones. You like him as much, just not as you like him too, just not as much as me. So I figured let's have a little debate. You make the case for Justin Fields, why he's the pick at 3, and I'll respond with some follow-up questions, and then you can do the same for me and Mac Jones.
For sure. So with Justin Fields, obviously, guys, you see all the tools. The pro day really shouldn't have swung you either way. All that stuff is on film. It's on tape. The narrative of him being a runner is unbelievably wrong. He's a pocket passer. People have been telling me he's not accurate. That's not true. The most accurate at all 3 levels. Don't understand where that's coming from. People say that he can't read the field. Don't know where that's coming from. He absolutely does that as well, too. We've talked about the plays and the reads and everything else. I think really what's got me over here, and I don't want to take away from one of the topics that you have, but really what's got me over the moon with this kid is 2 things. Confidence. Walks in the room, seems like the man. That's important, especially if he, if there's a chance that he's going to be the guy at day 1. You got to be able to command that room. Second, toughness. I don't like after Kyle Shanahan has dealt with what he's dealt with with quarterbacks. Cracked rib against Clemson, comes right back in, destroys Trevor Lawrence, but hey, you don't want to you guys don't want to hear about that.
No, that's a really good point because Kyle has said his number 1 most important, gotta have it trait is toughness. And it's what basically you could argue it's what's getting Jimmy run out of town. The fact that he hasn't displayed it. And Justin Fields has it.
Cracked rib, 6 touchdowns against the Golden Boy. But I mean, y'all don't want to hear that.
That's a great point.
And then, the other thing is just everything else with the QB collective stuff, right? All that stuff that's there, whatever, that's fine.
Yes.
But
there's history. He knows Justin Fields.
Right. So when you listen to him talk to the media after, he talked about Kyle Shanahan and all that stuff and wanting to see another thing, the comments. I want to throw again because I want to show everybody that I can do this every single day the same way because I'm built like that. That again, words, actions, confidence, all that stuff. When you line all that up together and then you talk about this offense and the way that Kyle's going to get guys open, it's a slam dunk. I don't really see what's the issue. People are overthinking it at this point. People are pushing narratives for somebody else. People don't, the smoke screens are insane right now. There's so many respected people that I look to for information that now I really have to change the way that I'm looking at them just based on the way that they're talking about Mac Jones over Justin Fields. It's a little bit upsetting, honestly. It's really, really some
don't hold it against me because I rank Mac Jones ahead of Justin Fields. So don't hold
That's fine. No.
But I see what you're saying, man. It's like they're two on the 2 different ends of the spectrum. You just line them up next to each other. It's like, look at Mac Jones, man. Look at him. It's amazing. I see what you're saying. But can I ask you some questions now about Fields? Or I didn't mean to interrupt you. Did you have more? Did you want to make the case for him?
So one guy looks like an Adonis, can run. The other guy looks like he's 3 sandwiches away from.
I look better than Mac Jones. I have
a better body than Mac Jones as well too.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, so look. I know that has nothing to do with it because it's neither here nor there. It's not. I'm just throwing some extra stuff on there. And also one more thing, throw the dancing on there because it makes people so upset that he dances, and I love it. I love it. It makes people so mad. That's why I keep continuing to post the dancing stuff because it makes people so mad.
Also,
I love
the Niners have a void at dancer because they lost Kendrick Bourne. So that might be something that is actually a box that Justin Fields checks off. That
check another one.
Practice. They seem to like that stuff on the Niners. There's a lot of dancing at the Niners. I'm just saying.
The stuff that gets me upset and has been coming out is the work ethic thing. That completely is just slander out of nowhere. Okay. You're telling me that this man was at Ohio State, sat in front of all of those people, and made his case to be there, and they walked away thinking this kid's not working. Come on, man. I just don't understand. There's whispers. Get out of here. Just admit that you're just making stuff up to prop up whatever it is that you want to prop up. I'm not yelling at you, Grant. I'm talking about those people.
Dan Orlovsky, I didn't get the feeling that he lied. I get the feeling that he shared like a secondhand, third-hand telephone rumor that was explosive. And it's like, dude, who told you that? How true is it? Because it's very explosive what you just said, and you offended a lot of people, not just Justin Fields and his camp, but a lot of people that feel like they're like black quarterbacks don't get a fair shot, that kind of thing. It's like, Dave, you understand what you just did. Maybe you really heard that, but it's not rock solid enough for you to say it because look what you have to do the next day. You see what he's doing? It's like the day that Drew Brees had to put a million things on Instagram and say that he's one with that. You know, remember that? After you know what I'm saying? It was Drew Brees for Dan Orlovsky. Sorry, Dan. You messed that one up, buddy. You got to be really careful when you talk about Justin Fields.
For sure.
You can say whatever you want about Kellen Mond, but Justin Fields, you better be careful, buddy. All I'm saying. Okay, so let me ask you some questions because I don't want to get in trouble like Dan Orlovsky did.
No, you're good. You're good, Grant. You're solid.
I have no questions about Justin Fields' athleticism. I think he's a freak athlete. That throw he made was crazy. He's got a great deep ball, and he's super fast, and he's tough, and all the things you said. He's confident. He's been in the spotlight his whole life. He's built for this. Only thing that I saw a lot of like when he had his pro day, people being like, boom, that's all I needed. That's the confirmation I wanted. See, I have questions about him, and I don't think he can address them in a setting like that. The questions I have come from his live games. And I tweeted early this morning. I said, to me, what determines success in the NFL for quarterbacks is, do they know what to do under pressure? Do they know where to go with the ball? And can they get it there quickly? And I mean, I think it's hard to see it with a lot of these quarterbacks because they're not under pressure that much. But with Fields, I feel like there's a lot of statistics and game film that show you he doesn't always know, not always, he is inconsistent at best under pressure. He holds the ball longer against a blitz than when he doesn't face a blitz. And his quarterback rating against pressure is pretty low. So my question is, does that concern you?
So again, nobody's perfect. And if I had any concern, I think it really comes from the fact that Justin Fields is so athletically gifted that he continues to try to make plays and tries to try to extend the play. And that's something that he needs to be coached up on. Another thing is offensive line for Ohio State was awful. When I watch those games, he's always got like a defender in his face and things like that. One more thing I want to say. Nobody ever really brings this up, and it was brought up on ESPN, and it's a beautiful point. Nobody's competition was harder defense-wise than Justin Fields. Nobody. Yeah,
they had some really Indiana had a really good defense. Northwestern had a really good defense. That's what it's just Northwestern, but no, actually, they're really good defense.
Zach Wilson is facing 43 and 44th ranked defenses, and you guys are fawning all over him because he's throwing from clean pockets. Yeah. Meanwhile, Justin Fields, while he has his deficiencies, because everybody does, I can pick apart anybody, and point out what I don't like about them. Of
course.
But nobody ever wants to bring up the fact that, one, his line was awful, and two, he faced the hardest competition out of everybody. That's the context that you need around those things. Does he have to improve on that stuff? Yes. But it's because he's so athletically gifted that he continues to try to make plays. And you know what? I'm not going to knock him for that. He's only lost 2 games in the 2 years that he was there.
Yes. Yeah, so I guess with Fields, I do think he's the kind of guy who could have success like Cam Newton did. I mean, I think there's a lot of similarities between him and Cam Newton. I don't see the Deshaun Watson comparison. That's lofty. But Cam was an MVP as well. My thing with Justin Fields is, what happened to Cam? Once he got to about 25, 26, and he'd taken all those hits, and he's been a tough guy, it just caught up with him, and he never, although he's still hanging with it. He may have a second career renaissance where he shows the quarterback ability, but at a certain point, you gotta the quarterback skills have to catch up. And my question with Fields is, will they? Will they? Because I think he's green in a lot of areas. He may on the Niners. He may. I guess it's just the mental side. Jimmy didn't improve on the Niners in the mental side. Maybe Justin Fields doesn't have a deficiency on the mental side at all. Maybe it's all Ohio State and the offense he's in making him look bad. It's just, I guess it's hard to answer those questions. Is all I'm saying.
I'll say this about him and Cam. I see the similarities in build because I didn't realize how big Justin Fields is. But here's the thing that he has going for him over Cam. He's a better passer, and he's more accurate at every level than Cam is. Cam would hit 62%, whatever. That's like the high watermark. I feel like Justin Fields can blow past that, at least and consistently, right? Cam came in the league, wasn't accurate, and then continued to get less accurate. Justin Fields is the most accurate of all of these quarterbacks coming out with the deficiencies in the line as well. So that's why with the Cam thing, I'm not as worried. I'm not, and he's not going to run like Cam. He's not going to run like Cam. Cam was too physical as a runner, and they used him like that in Carolina. They basically just used him as a battering ram. I don't see the 49ers or anybody using Justin Fields like that.
Cam did complete 66% of his throws at Auburn. I know this because I was looking at him earlier. He won the national championship. He won the Heisman. Compared to anyone to Cam coming out of college is pretty high praise.
Lofty.
If he's better than Cam, all praise to him. I think Cam would have put up some crazy numbers at Ohio State. Because you say what you want, Ohio State does make your job a little, just like Alabama does, just like for Mac Jones. So anyway, you answered my questions about Justin Fields very well. I think he has a lot going for him. And if a coach could tell me, look, I see what you're saying about the mental side of his game. I can handle that. Give me 2 years. Look what Buffalo did with Josh Allen. I could do that with Justin Fields. I would be open-minded to that. I'd be definitely open-minded. So let's talk.
Kyle Shanahan would get him in the right spots. That's it. So yeah,
fair enough.